All right, you guys, this is going to be a little bit different kind of a video. I am going to try and be just working on this as I can to get it done. But there's so many parts here. I want to kind of talk about what we're going to have going into this. But basically, it all started right here with the Furitek Scythe build. So this is their aluminum chassis that is designed by Mofo RC in Tone Pole. So this is kind of what started all of this mess that you see on the desk here. I have a whole bunch of parts. This is going to be, these are the two companies, you guys, that I see really pushing the micro game leaps and bounds forward right now. And that is Furitek and Mofo RC. So we have the Furitek chassis that we got from Furitek. And then I have all of this Mofo RC stuff. I probably don't even need to get a donor truck because there's so much stuff here. All I'll need to probably get are drive shafts, I think. So we're going to go that route. Let me just talk about some of the parts and pieces. And I have some other pieces as well that I just already had, like these hot racing knuckles I'll be using here. These are brass steering knuckles. But we have bulletproof diff gears from Mofo RC we're going to be using. Those are going to be going into his black brass housing. So this thing is going to be a bit of a tank, which is a little bit interesting, seeing as it is a comp crawler, but we'll have a lot of weight down low on the rocks, basically. So we have that. I have these hot racing aluminum link sets. These are the ones for the deadbolt. So we have the long reach in the rear. And then I actually have these right here. These are for the Betty or the deadbolt. And this is to make it a 4-link instead of having this wishbone up front. And so this is a Mofo RC part. I have some links from him as well, but they're for the Jeep. And I really want to do longer. In fact, I probably eventually will want to get another set of these and do the long set in the front and in the rear. So that's something to think about. Really stretch it out. The bulletproof transmission from Mofo RC. I've done one of these already in one of my monster trucks. They're great. Here are the gears that go inside, the case for it, the transmission motor plate right here. It's adjustable that way, and all the bearings. So that's good to go. A brass steering link for the front as well from Mofo RC. These are his telly shocks. We want to have lots of articulation, so we're going to be running the longer telly shocks. I do have some oil-filled shocks of his as well. I might swap in if I don't like these. But then we're going to be also, I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to do the Torque Beast or his other motor, which is here, and it's the Buzzsaw. So I have the Buzzsaw motor and I have the Torque Beast. I may eventually swap it out though this does take the Komodo. You can see this big area here is for that revolver style motor, that Outrunner. It's not really a revolver, but an Outrunner. And that would go in there perfectly. I don't have one right now, other than the one that's already installed, and I want to leave it where it is. Because of the type of truck it is, I'm going to run some big tires. And so these are the RC 4-wheel drive mudslingers I picked up at Reaction RC Hobbies today. And they'll be going onto the wheels, which I put away because I'm not going to get to it right away. But I do want to point it out because it is neat how these are set up. So these are the Mofo RC wheel sets. And you can see here that it has adjustable offset. So this is the plus 6mm. I'm going to go 0 for now, but know that I can go wider. So these are the 0mm. The reason I'm going 0 is some of the courses we run, they put up gates. And the width, because they're going to be measuring them for what most trucks would be, it could put me at a disadvantage. But he's also got all different kinds of rings you can put on them. Standard. These are the bullseye. And then here's some Super Duty black ones with some silver. Trying to see where the ones I wanted were. All right, so here are the wheels I'll be using. the UPWs. You can see it's got all the mounting spots here. Lots of hardware to have to do, but it's gonna look super trick with this chassis. Lots of bling there, guys. Black label Mofo servo to put in there. May or may not do the flex blades if I need more, even more flex from this to get that comp crawler status flex. We might put on some of his aluminum flex blades that we have right here. So these are out just in case, but basically I just got to start building and finding out what I'll still need, and then decide on which motor I want to run. I'm kind of leaning toward the Torque Beast right now, so we will see about that in a little bit. But for now, I'm gonna think maybe one of these. So that's the little update, you guys, on this Scythe build. These are very, very slick. They come in different colors, you guys, and lots of options. So check them out. You can get them on the Furitek website, and I believe also at AMain. So I'll have links for them down in the description below. And then Mofo RC, you can go there and see all the stuff that they have on their website. Tons and tons of stuff available. All right, so the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is build the steering link right here for the front and have that ready to go. All right, next thing I'm gonna work on here is the bulletproof transmission. So this should go together fairly easily, and overall just makes sense. So we'll just get to it. One of the question marks that I have is whether or not this is going to work with this chassis without flipping the motor around. Not sure that it will. All right, so putting together this transmission is pretty easy. It's basically a couple of bearings and then the gears that slide through. You might have to look up some directions for the stock transmission if you've never put one together before, because it doesn't come with directions, but the build is the exact same. This just has metal gears and a nice brass case to give it a little bit of a weight. Looks like we might run into issues, but I can't tell for sure until I get the motor mounted. Alrighty guys, we finished up the transmission. For the most part, still have to put the front plate on it. But before that, I have to choose the motor that I want. I'm still up in the air between the Buzzsaw and the Torque Beast. But I think we're just gonna go with the Torque Beast because I'm really curious about it. So there is the Torque Beast. Bam! So we're gonna feed it through a little screwdriver. What can I use? All right guys, since I can't do the motor just yet, we're gonna go ahead and work on assembling these beautiful things right here. So we've got a few things to do to make it happen. So we're gonna go for it. All right guys, that is gonna conclude this part of the build. I'll come back with a part number 2 where we'll wrap it all up and show you guys all of the choices that we made and how it all went together. So stick around for that, guys. Catch you next time.